Chosen one, stop everything you are doing right now and listen carefully, because what I'm going to tell you in the next few minutes is literally a divine warning that has reached you for a reason. Your enemies are planning their final attack. A trap has been set in your path for the next 48 hours, and it didn't come to destroy you head-on. It came disguised as an opportunity, a reconciliation, an open door, an urgency. God is screaming inside your chest at this very instant. Do not fall for it. Do not react. Do not respond on impulse. Because this snare was engineered with surgical precision, by forces that know exactly where you are sensitive, where you are too good, where you still believe the best of people. And that is precisely where they will try to catch you. Chosen one, you are not paranoid, you are not exaggerating, you are not making things up in your head. That thing you have been feeling deep in your chest, that strange tightness, that sensation that something doesn't add up, that discomfort that appears every time a specific person reaches out to you or a specific proposal comes your way, that is the spirit itself warning you. And if you ignore this warning now, the next months of your life will be marked by a rash decision that will cost you dearly. But if you understand what I'm about to reveal to you here, you will not only disarm this trap, you will turn the tables so absolutely that your enemies will be forced to watch your public victory, silenced, with their faces on the ground. Stay with me until the end, because in the middle of this video I am going to tell you about one last test that the universe will apply to you before the transfer of wealth arrives, and if you don't know how to recognize it, you will fall. Now breathe and come with me, because from here on everything changes. The first thing you need to understand, chosen one, is that this situation being prepared against you is not about your strength. No one is testing how strong you are. They are testing your reaction. There is an absolute violent difference between resisting an attack and reacting to a stimulus. The spiritual enemy does not come to knock you down with a hammer blow. He comes to poke you with a needle, waiting for you to scream, to explode, to make a decision the size of your anger or the size of your fear. Because he knows that a choice made on impulse is a choice he can control. And that is where the real danger lies, the problem appearing in your life now. That person who started talking to you again, that opportunity that appeared out of nowhere, that sudden demand, that news that destabilized you, none of that is the attack itself. That is the bait. The attack happens the moment you bite. Think with me. How many times in your life have you already regretted a response given in anger? How many times have you said yes to something your heart said no to, just because the pressure of the moment seemed unbearable? How many times have you entered a relationship, a business, a partnership, a promise, feeling deep down that it wasn't the right time, but you dived in headfirst anyway because the urgency spoke louder? This is the signature of the trap. Artificial urgency. A proposal that comes from God does not squeeze you. A direction that comes from heaven does not suffocate you. The divine does not work in desperation. The divine works in rest. If something is pushing you to decide now, today, in 5 minutes, without time to breathe, without time to pray, without time to sleep on the matter, that thing did not come to save you. That thing came to capture you. And the worst part is that the enemies observing you now, those narcissists and false friends who pretended to be on your side for years, they know this weak point of yours. They know you are impatient with silence. They know you are afraid of losing opportunities. They know you believe it when someone cries and asks for forgiveness. And that is exactly why the trap came wrapped in beautiful paper. That is why I prepared the Mission Estella for you, chosen one. Mission Estella is a practical 21-day journey created for people exactly like you, people who feel they came into this life with a greater purpose, but who have lived for years stuck, sabotaged, surrounded by people who drain their energy, and who now, at this moment, are facing a decision that could change everything. In these 21 days, I take you step by step through daily reflections, simple practices, and spiritual recognition exercises that will make you definitively activate your soul's discernment. That same discernment that is alerting you now about this trap. You will learn to differentiate the voice of the Spirit from the voice of haste, the voice of your mission from the voice of your wounds. The link to Mission Estella is pinned in the first comment below, and the guidance God gave me was clear. Only those who understand that this is the moment should enter. If you feel this video reached you for a reason, Leave a comment below saying, "I choose my mission," as a symbolic decree of commitment to your calling. Now listen closely, because the second point is even more delicate. Not every open door came from God, and that is a truth almost no one has the courage to tell you, because it is comfortable to believe that everything appearing in your life is providence. It isn't. There is an open door that is an invitation, and there is an open door that is a trap. There is an open door that is the Father calling you, and there is an open door that is the enemy luring you. And the only way to know the difference is by stopping, literally stopping. Chosen one, the world taught you that stopping is losing. They taught you that those who hesitate lose their turn, that those who delay miss the train, that opportunities that pass don't come back. This is a lie engineered to keep you reactive, to keep you capturable. Because while you are running, you don't think. And while you don't think, you don't listen. And while you don't listen, the Holy Spirit cannot reach you. Haste is the silencer of heaven. Every time you acted with haste in your life, you gave ammunition to the enemy. Do you remember that relationship you embarked on because you were too lonely? The partnership you entered because they promised quick enrichment? The yes you gave to a toxic person because they showed up crying at your door swearing they had changed? Every one of those decisions was born in the same place, in the fear of losing. And the enemy feeds this fear violently, because he knows that a person afraid of losing accepts anything just to not be alone, to not be stuck, to not be left out. But I tell you now, with prophetic authority, what is yours, what God destined for you, what is sealed in your purpose does not pass you by. It doesn't vanish. It doesn't go away if you breathe for 48 hours before responding. What passes when you stop is precisely that which was not meant for you. And the enemies panic at your light when you stop, because their entire strategy depends on you continuing to react. A chosen one at a standstill is a chosen one in prayer, and a chosen one in prayer is a chosen one whom God can touch, direct, and shield. So when that proposal arrives, when that message hits your phone, when that person from the past appears with a rehearsed speech, you do not respond. You do not give it back right away. You do not confirm right away. You keep silent for at least 3 days. You observe. You notice if the urgency increases or decreases. If the urgency increases, it is a trap. If the urgency increases to the point where the person starts threatening you, emotionally blackmailing you, making you feel guilty for not responding quickly, you have your proof. That did not come from God. That came to take you away from your destiny. And here enters the third point, which is perhaps the most precious of all: spiritual discernment. Chosen one, there is something inside you that knows. It knows before any explanation. It knows before any proof. It knows before any logical confirmation. This something is discernment, and it is literally the radar of your soul. That is why you look at a person smiling at you and feel shivers down your spine. That is why you walk into an environment where everyone is praising you and you feel like leaving. That is why you read an apparently innocent message and an internal voice screams, "Don't trust it." That is not anxiety. That is not trauma. That is the Spirit of God inside you functioning exactly as it was programmed to function. The problem is that you were taught to doubt this voice. You were taught to call it neurosis, exaggeration, something in your head. It was precisely the narcissists and false friends who surrounded you for years who convinced you to turn off this radar, because while your radar is on, they cannot get close. They need you to have blurred discernment to be able to enter your life again, and they are trying to come back. Chosen one, look closely at the last few weeks. Who reappeared? Who sent that message after months of being gone? Who dropped that hint on social media that seemed to be about you? Who started approaching disguised as an interested friend? It is not a coincidence. These people are panicking at your light because they feel, even without understanding, that you are about to rise to a place where they will no longer be able to reach you. And before that happens, they want to use your goodness against you once more. They want to see you doubting, hesitating, feeling guilty, feeling like the villain of the story. Do not fall for it. Your discernment is telling you the truth. Trust it. It is the only language in which heaven can speak directly to you without interference. This leads us to the fourth point, and this is where most people break, because it involves one of the hardest things for a chosen one with a big purpose: waiting. Waiting in silence, waiting without explaining, waiting without defending yourself. Chosen one, the world will interpret your silence as weakness, and that is exactly why your silence is your greatest weapon. While they talk, you observe. While they expose themselves, you save energy. While they fail trying to provoke you, you shield yourself in prayer. The truth about a situation never appears in the heat of the moment. The truth always appears when you stop forcing the answer. If you wait 3 to 7 days before reacting to anything that is destabilizing you now, you will see the mask fall off on its own. People show who they really are when they realize you are not going to respond at the pace they wanted. That is when their anger leaks out. That is when the messages start getting aggressive. That is when their allies start reaching out to you, trying to pressure you. This is the absolute confirmation that you were right. A person who came from God to your life does not get irritated with your time. A proposal that came from God to your life does not spoil because you breathed for a week. If it spoils, it was meant to spoil. If it vanishes, it was meant to vanish. Silence is the divine filter. Chosen one, listen to something that might hurt. Most of the pain you have carried in your life was the consequence of decisions you made because you couldn't stand to wait. And every time you wait now, you are literally paying off karmic debt. You are closing old cycles. You are teaching the universe that now it is different, that now you have learned, that now you will no longer hand over your life to whoever arrives first. And it is this new version of you, this version that knows how to wait, that is about to receive things the old version could never hold on to. Unexpected money arriving, giant doors opening, generational wealth transfer entering your account, contracts recognition, public reparation, but none of this arrives for those who still react on impulse. Chosen one, Missão Estela was made to shield you now in the middle of the war. The link is in the first pinned comment. Do not leave it for tomorrow, because the trap is today. And now pay attention, because I am going to fulfill the promise I made at the beginning. I told you that before the wealth transfer arrives, the universe will apply one last test to you. This test is the false trap, and it works like this. A toxic person who has already hurt you will return, but they won't return the old way, screaming, aggressive, obvious. They will return transformed. They will appear calm, mature, humble, saying they sought therapy, that they prayed, that they changed, that they matured, that they recognized everything they did wrong, that they only want to ask your forgiveness and move on with life. And they will be convincing, chosen one. They will cry in a way that feels real. They will remember beautiful details of your history together. They will bring witnesses, mutual friends, family members, saying they really have changed. And here is the poison. Part of you will want to believe it. Because you are good, because you are generous, because you believe in second chances. And that is where the trap closes, because this person did not come back to love you. They came back because they felt, in the spirit, that your life is about to take off, and they want to get back in before it's too late for them. They want to be inside when the blessing arrives. They want to have a right to it. They want to look like part of the story. And if you open the door now, they will contaminate everything God was preparing. Hold on to this information tightly, because at the end of the video, I will give you the exact decree to disarm this. Meanwhile, understand the fifth point. This whole situation is an invitation to break old patterns. Chosen one, everything happening now has a purpose greater than avoiding a mistake. The purpose is to force you to evolve. Every time the same situation repeats in your life with different people, the problem is not the people. The problem is the pattern in you that continues to attract this type of situation. You have an old pattern of trusting too fast. You have an old pattern of seeking approval. You have an old pattern of feeling guilty for setting limits. You have an old pattern of thinking that love is enduring things, and it is precisely this that needs to die now. Life is giving you the absolute opportunity to kill this version of you that was always taken advantage of. If you react the old way, you will gain another 10 years of pain. If you react the new way, with calm, with discernment, with strategic silence, you will unlock in 1 week what has been stuck for a decade. Chosen one, this pain you are feeling now is labor pain. It is the new version of you trying to be born, and the old version trying to survive. One of the two will win in the next 48 hours, depending on how you act. Do not choose the old version out of habit. It brought you this far, but it will not take you where you need to go. The sixth point is about external influences, and here you need to stay violently alert. Chosen one. In the middle of this situation, several people will appear with opinions. Family members who never supported you will suddenly have advice. Friends who vanished will return giving their 2 cents. Co-workers will drop apparently innocent comments, and each of these voices will try to push you in a specific direction, almost always the direction most comfortable for them, not for you. You need to understand that not everyone who talks to you wants your best. Some want your best as long as it doesn't surpass their own. Others want you to stay small, so they don't have to look at their own smallness. Still others are being used, without knowing it, by spiritual forces that are desperate to bring you down. Do not trust the volume of the voices. Trust the weight of your peace. Every right decision carries peace, even when it is difficult. Every wrong decision carries agitation, even when it seems logical. If after talking to a person you come out more confused than you went in, that person is not a counselor. They are interference. If after talking you come out more at peace, even without having solved anything, that person is a channel. Learn to filter. And mainly, learn not to tell everything to everyone. Chosen one, the blessing God is preparing for you needs to be guarded. Do not announce it. Do not post it. Do not tell it to those who will pray against you without you knowing. Keep it in your heart. Pray alone. Let God build in silence. That is how Esther won the kingdom. That is how Joseph went from the pit to the throne, in strategic silence. And that is how you will come out too. That is why I need to tell you, with all urgency, if you haven't picked up Miss Estella yet, this is the moment. The 21 days were designed exactly to teach you to activate this spiritual shielding, to differentiate God's voice from the ego's voice, to build the internal routine that sustains a great calling. The link is in the first pinned comment. It's not about buying an ebook. It's about formally accepting the mission God placed in you before you were born. If you made it this far, this warning is not by chance. It is a summons. Go there now before finishing the video and secure your access. Then come back and watch the end, because what comes next is the decree that disarms the trap. And here is the seventh and final point, chosen one. After you pass this test, and you will pass it, your life enters a phase you can't even quite imagine yet. Because this trap didn't just come for you to avoid a mistake. It came to promote you. Every chosen one goes through a test like this before moving up a level. It is a spiritual rite of passage. Those who fall go around the same circle once more and take years to get another chance. Those who pass enter another dimension of life. And what characterizes this new dimension is reparation. Chosen one, everything that was taken from you unjustly will return. Everything that was stolen from you, promised and not fulfilled, expected and not received, will be returned twofold, threefold, sevenfold. The people who underestimated you will need to seek you out. The doors that were slammed in your face will open wide. The money you saw slip through your fingers will return in the form of flow, of contracts, of unexpected inheritance, of late recognition, of public justice. And your enemies, those same ones plotting the trap today, will be forced to watch. They will see from their couches with their faces on the ground your victory unfolding publicly. Not because you will take revenge. You don't need to. Divine justice takes care of it. You just need to not fall for the trap right now. And the decree that disarms this trap, the one I promised you, is this. When that transformed toxic person appears, when that urgent opportunity knocks on the door, when that strange message arrives, you do not respond for 48 hours. You enter absolute silence. You repeat internally, I do not decide on impulse, I do not react in haste, I trust in God's timing. You observe, you pray, you wait. If after 48 hours the thing keeps pressuring you, it was a trap. If after 48 hours the thing dissolves on its own, it was a confirmed trap. And if after 48 hours it continues to arrive with peace, without urgency, without blackmail, then perhaps it is real. But most will not pass the first filter, and that is what will save you. Chosen one, this video reached you for a reason. It wasn't the algorithm. It was a summons. You were called here today to receive this word, to wake up, to shield yourself, to activate your mission, and Misso Estella is literally the armor God asked me to place in the hands of the chosen ones exactly at this time. It is 21 days of spiritual reconstruction, practical, daily, with exercises that will activate you from the inside out. The link is pinned in the first comment. This is the last warning of this video. If you felt anything while watching, if you got chills, cried, took a deep breath, that is the confirmation that the message was for you. Do not let morning come without making your decision. Go there now, enter Misso Estella, formally accept your summons, and leave in the comments the decreed word, I choose my mission. Because from the moment you say this yes, the entire sky moves in your favor, and the trap set against you transforms into the highest step of your ascension. Stay in peace, chosen one. The war has already been won. You just need to not give up now.